Welcome to another River Publishers book discussion. I'm Philippa Jefferies, and today I have with me Abderrahim Benslimane, Professor of Computer Science at Avignon University. He has extensive experience in distributed computing, networking, and communication protocols, and today he is with me to talk about the forthcoming book in intelligent and connected vehicle security. So thank you very much for joining me today, Abderrahim.
Thank you for this introduction, Ms. Philippa, and thank you for introducing me.
So would you like to start with just a little about yourself and what the motivation was for writing this book on security for intelligent and connected vehicles?
Okay. So I am professor of computer science at Avignon University in the Laboratoire d'Informatique d'Avignon, which is computer science laboratory. I am vice dean at the Faculty of Science and head of the Master Communicating Systems (CCOM) at Avignon University. My research interests are in security and privacy, in wireless and mobile networks, and currently I'm working on a blockchain and machine learning for Internet of Things, connected vehicles, and autonomous vehicles. So let me now talk about the motivation for writing this book. This book is the result of collaboration between Professor Jiajia Liu from School of Cybersecurity from Northwestern Polytechnical University in Xi'an and me. We started our collaboration since several years, and we wanted to reinforce this collaboration by writing this book. I visited Professor Liu several times and has the opportunity to work with him and his students. We published several common publications. The topic of connected vehicles is our topic of expertise. So this is how we started our collaboration, and the book comes from naturally from our
Okay, great. Yeah. So I guess to start with now, could you talk a bit about what you think, I guess, are the biggest areas that leave these types of vehicles vulnerable to security threats?
Okay. Previous reports, let me first give you some statistics. Previous reports have illustrated highly practical wireless attacks on core function of vehicles, which disengage engines and brakes. For instance, hijacking the steering and braking units in a Ford Escape and the Toyota Prius. Researchers found that while a vehicle system is getting more advanced with appealing features, the system is also becoming a vulnerable target for attacks. For example, in 2015, 1.4 million vehicles were subject of a recall by Chrysler because hackers could remotely take control of a Jeep's digital system over the internet. In another report, a team of hackers remotely hijacked a Tesla Model S from a distance of 12 miles. In a recent study, researchers have found, I think, 14 vulnerabilities in the infotainment systems in several Bavarian Motor Works by BMW. Moreover, car hacking demonstrations to date have always focused on a single vehicle, but the networked nature of connected cars created numerous avenues for a fleet-wide attacks. So there are various that can spread vehicle to vehicle. There are some malicious Wi-Fi hotspots that can infect any susceptible vehicle that passes within a range. Cars can also be infected with sleeper malware that wake up at a given date, a given time, or it is a response of an event. By the way, vehicles from many major car makers, including Tesla, Audi, Hyundai, and Mercedes, rely heavily on software written by the third parties. This includes open source software like Android, Linux, and free RTOS, SaaS software, often comprises contribution from hundreds or thousands of different authors. This is why even this software can have some accountability for flaws.
Yeah, exactly. And so we kind of talked about some of the issues and the challenges, but what are some of the solutions, do you think, for such security threats?
Okay. First, I want to introduce why blockchain, for example, is important for to give solution to security threats. In the presentation, I presented some security threats for vehicles, and till now, I mean till recently, the conventional security and privacy methods used in smart vehicles tend to be ineffective due to the following three challenges. The first one is the centralization. Here, current smart vehicle architecture rely on centralized, brokered communications models where all vehicles are identified, authenticated, authorized, and connected through central cloud servers. So this is unlikely, not good for scale, as a large number of vehicles are connected. Okay, and the central authority or central cloud server will remain a bottleneck and a single point of failure. The second challenge here is the lack of privacy. Most of the current secure communication architecture either do not consider user privacy or reveal noisy or summarized data. The third challenge, I mean, is the software, the safety threat. Here, smart vehicles have an increasing number of autonomous driving function, and the malfunction due to a security breach, installing malicious software, and so on, could lead to serious accidents. And the damage for the passengers and for the others in the road. I mean, the close users in proximity in the road. Yes. So because of these three challenges, we think that the blockchain with its decentralized aspects will answer to all these challenges that I just enumerated.
Okay, so blockchain is the way forward.
Yes, the blockchain now is the decentralized solution that will come to the scalability problem, to the privacy problems, to the security problems, and so on.
Is that being used at all now in current connected vehicles?
Yes, there are some works that are currently under approval. There are several laboratories and researchers that also propose the blockchain for cars, but it is not yet used. I mean, there are some apps, mobile application also that use the blockchain outside. But what I want to say is that we should keep the security of the vehicle at any moment independent from infotainment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And I guess my final question, you talked about using blockchain as a solution, but I was just wondering, is there anything that consumers can do when they're using or purchasing these kind of vehicles?
Yes, this is important for consumers. But first, I want to give some statistics from a report or survey requested by Thales. Thales asked some users or consumers, and almost about 65% of respondents to this survey would be excited about enhanced protection against thieves of course, because we are talking about tips physically. They are also enthusiastic about using biometric technology.
Okay.
Of course, and now they want also to use what is called the virtual car keys. Without touching the car, without keys, we want to install and to open the doors and to talk with the car and so on. It is surprising.
Yeah, so you walk up and it opens.
Of course. And consumers also are interested in the ability to personalize and enhance car features. And this by updating the softwares and so on. So what I want to say here also is that we should be vigilant.
Yeah.
For example, another report coming from Consumer Watchdog that recommend that as soon as possible, every connected car come with an internet kill switch that physically disconnect the internet from safety critical systems. And this is what I want to recommend to the consumers, to be more vigilant and demand cars whose designs should completely isolate safety critical systems from infotainment systems connected to the internet.
Okay, so I think unfortunately we're running out of time, but thank you very much for joining me today. It's been really interesting.
You're welcome, Philippa. It's my pleasure.